Hello summoners and welcome back to another official Marvel Contest of Champions live stream here on twitch.tv/kabam. Thank you so much for being here. My name is Jax. I'm one of your community managers, and I'm excited to bring you the latest and greatest in MCOC news. What's new and exciting coming to the contest this month? Again, thank you so much for being here. These are our favorite ways to interact with you all, and we love seeing the chat light up with all of your lovely names. If this is your first time in a live stream, please pop into the chat and let us know where in the world you are tuning in from. It is my favorite thing to see, just the global reach of our lovely, lovely community. I see India represented, Chicago from the Netherlands. We've got Pepe Chu from the UK. Great to see everybody. Thank you again so very much for being here. We have a fantastic show. We've got a lot of awesome guests. We've got some giveaways. We've got a knock at the door. Nah. But what are we talking about today, you guys? What are we talking about? Well, we're going to dive into our November content. We're going to look backwards at the Realm Brawl that happened earlier this month. We are going to go through a personal account milestone of mine that you guys all can come along for that ride. We're going to talk about some free stuff. We are going to dive into the final details for Alliance Quest Setup 2.0 as that joins the contest next month. We're going to look at more Deathless Champions. We're going to take a look at the Necropolis Rewards for the first time. And with great fear in my heart, we will be talking about our next progression level before we eventually do a giveaway where we are giving away a 7-star Kushala and 5 6-star Kushalas. That will be very, very fun. Before we dive into the nitty-gritty details of this stream here, let's go over the ground rules. There's only one. Say it with me if you know, summoners. The only rule in this stream is don't be a jerk. That's it. This is a game. It's meant to be fun. We're here to have a good time and enjoy. This is a community-based game. It's a community-based stream. The people in this room, we are all so fortunate that our job is working in games. It's working in fun. We want you guys to have a good time being here as well. So please be respectful of each other. Don't spam the chat. We're all here to have a good time and celebrate something that we enjoy. And some of you want free stuff. So we'll get to that eventually too. Don't worry about that. If you break the one and only rule, we do have mods hanging out in the chat. That being said, we will also have opportunities for curated question and answer as we dive into some of these new features, new game modes, etc. So if you want to tag one of the mods, shout out to, what is it, TwitchyD? Dive in there, throw a tag with them, ask a question, they'll pass it along to us, and we'll pick a couple to respond to here. So we've got a lot of really, really, really cool things happening. Kabam TwitchyD, thank you. Shout out, I see India, pet the mods, sure, why not? But welcome on in, everybody. I say we dive right into it. Let's take a look at our event quest for the month of November. Of course, the event quest is called As Above, So Below. The Sorcerer Supreme Kushala has come to the contest to defeat an ancient and powerful enemy who threatens the entire multiverse with destruction. But Kushala will need more than just the summoner's help to fend off this foe. Together, they'll call on the aid of a brand new champion unique to the contest, the fierce and courageous warrior Chee'ilth. Will the combined might of Kushala's magic and Chee'ilth's skills be enough to overcome an enemy as powerful as the one below all? Find out in As Above, So Below. Bam, bam, bam. I always like when we pose these questions of, will it be enough, or will we fall into destruction? No, it'll probably be enough. Otherwise, the game ceases to exist, I suppose. But hey, you guys got to get out there and make it happen. Cool. Let's take a look at our side quest for the month. We've got Dark Catacombs coming at you. The Grandmaster has found a path to victory in his friendly, quotes, battle against his brother, the Collector. The Necropolis has opened up paths to strange catacombs filled with dangers and treasure. Grandmaster isn't much for getting his hands dirty, so he's looking to hire those who can work in secret and shadows to embark on a harrowing adventure. You'll need help to descend these depths, so gather some spelunking rope, very fun word to say, spelunking, this month, and you'll get access to weekly Dark Catacombs side quests. Dark Catacombs. As above, so below, Dark Catacombs, both very post-spooky season spooky, you know? They both have a little bit of dark connotations there, and I kind of like it. I hope everyone had a fantastic spooky season. That's my favorite holiday of the year, Halloween, so I hope you guys all enjoyed it. If you dressed up as a character from MCOC, please tag us on social media. I would love to see that. But let's move right along here because we're going to talk about November's champs, and we've been talking about them for a little while now because they are awesome. So we've got Chee'ilth coming to the contest. We have our own Chee'ilth comic. We might be giving away some of those on future live streams. Stick around and stay tuned for details about that. That would be fun. But Chee'ilth is brand new coming to the contest. A lot of very, very exciting news has come out, including a New York Comic-Con reveal, which was really, really cool that I and two of my colleagues got to be a part of. So unbelievable. Very fun. And we'll dive into Chee'ilth's optimal rotation from the one and only Karate Mike. Take it away.
To begin, parry the opponent to reduce the timer on your spirit charges. You'll reduce it even further if you punish the defender's heavy or special attack. Now, don't force it, but punishing with your heavy will pause all of your bleeds and keep the momentum rolling. From here, keep this cycle going while staying aggressive. And then, use your special 1 to activate your grit passive to stack on even more bleeds. At this point, in a shorter fight, the opponent should be melting, especially if they're infused with gamma. And your bleeds will only get more potent as the fight continues. Now, in a longer fight, really focus on building up to 10 spirit charges. Then, once ready, launch your special 3 to gain your vicious passive and juice up your bleeds even further. Now that you're all ramped up, just stay aggressive and keep applying the pressure until the opponent is knocked out.
Hey everybody, welcome back. That was your first look at Chee'ilth's optimal rotation, a fantastic champion that means a lot to us here at Kabam and everybody working on the contest. So we are very excited to see her come to the Battle Realm this November. But I sat down in a text conversation, there was no sitting involved, although he probably sat while he wrote it, with Karate Mike and said, hey, what makes Chee'ilth so unique? And he had this to say: so many things, Jax, all caps. She has an axe and a really cool braided ponytail. But more importantly, she's a Kabam MCOC original character that also happens to be a First Nations hero, created by a team of First Nations people. It's been so awesome watching her design process unfold, and I can't wait for the players to get their hands on her. Michael, who likes karate, also said she has so many champ mechanics: punishing special / heavies, big bleeds, cleanse, tranquilize. Her easy access to consistent cleanse is going to make her a total joy against Jessica Jones and other science champs who use debuffs as defensive threats. On top of that, she specifically wants to hunt gamma champs, and her bleeds are going to be a lot more potent against some of those nasty defenders. Very, very cool. And where do we really see Chee'ilth thriving in the contest? Karate Mike seems to think she's going to be a very solid questing champ, and they could also see her having some nice play against certain lanes and defenders in war. We think she might be a bit too slow for a Battlegrounds attack, although against Gamma champs, she's going to have a good time and deal a lot more damage. She also could be a little sneaky on defense, since she's going to be cleansing your stun debuffs whenever you parry her. And that's Chee'ilth. Definitely check out Chee'ilth's deep dive coming this weekend. We will also have Kushala's deep dive coming this weekend, Saturday and Sunday, on the official MCOC YouTube page. Some of you are watching there right now. Hey, everybody. If you want to, come on over to twitch.tv/Kabam, make a really quick account. That's where we're going to do all of this interaction here. So I can say hey to Dada Danny Boy, and we were Akara, and other names that are easy to pronounce and read on screen here. including Guardian 0465. Welcome on in, everybody. Great to see you. Let's move along here because, again, we got a lot of stuff to get to. We've got Kushala coming to the contest. Hey, do you want a Summoner Supreme? Hey, do you want a Ghost Rider? Hey, do you want them both? That's Kushala. We're going to check in again with Karate Mike, the soothing tones of Karate Mike, as he walks you through the ideal rotation for Kushala. Take it away.
To begin, start by building your blessings. If possible, you'll want to build them evenly so they stay paused as you're working your way up. But, depending on the fight in front of you, your tactics might have to shift. From here, launch your special 1 to nullify the buffs on the opponent, and then, if they aren't already melted, build up to your special 2 to apply your soul barb. Then, continue using your special 1 to keep applying the pressure. And keep in mind, if your opponent doesn't have natural buffs, you can apply ignition buffs using your light attacks to fuel your fire and stack on some massive incinerate damage. Now, in a shorter fight, once you build a few blessings, it may be best to focus on applying as many ignition buffs as you can. That way, you can supply your own fuel to light the defender up with your special ones. Oh yeah, and while in no way required, running her with the Mystic Dispersion Mastery makes her a lot more fiery, since you'll gain extra power each time the opponent gains a buff. So, don't be shy, but make sure you launch those specials.
Hey, we're back, and I have to issue a formal apology, you guys. I messed up. I said Summoner Supreme, and it was Sorcerer Supreme. So apologies to everyone that I upset with this information. But hey, Kushala looks super cool, and we're giving away a 7-star Kushala and 5 6-star Kushalas at the end of the show. So stick around for more information on how to get yourself one of these awesome champs. And hey, what makes Kushala so unique? She is the first champion to gain power as a mystic when a buff is gained on the defender, opposed to when one expires via Mystic Dispersion. She applies ignition buffs on her light attacks, so this actually helps her ramp and launch specials at a much faster rate. She has a lot of blessings that grant different abilities, but at the end of the day, she's a super, mega, ultra nullified champ that turns those nullifies into extremely potent incinerate dots. That's damage over time, gamers. Kind of like a modern version of Dr. Voodoo. Karate Mike says, she'll fit pretty comfortably on Battlegrounds and Alliance War attack. She won't be much of a defender, so she'll be single-sided more often than not in Battlegrounds decks, but she's going to be an extremely potent attacker against a lot of cosmic defenders. Kushala looks awesome. Art team don't miss. It's beautiful. And again, stick around to the end of the show for your chance to win a 7-star or one of 5 6-star Kushalas. I'm fired up for it. I'm really excited. I like giving away free stuff. I really, really, really do. What do you think, Summoners? Who are you more excited to tinker with when they come to the contest in November? Chee'ilth or Kushala? There's no wrong answers. They're both awesome. I see a lot of Kushalas here. Guys, don't sleep on Chee'ilth, because I don't know if you saw, but there's a bear. There's a bear, and it goes, I'm a bear. There's voice lines now. All right, just to keep you all in the loop, I'm feeling a little sick, and that means I'm going to be bringing some weird energy today. But hey, let's move right along. Did you guys know that in mid-October we hosted the biggest in-person competition that MCOC has ever seen? That's right, it was called Realm Brawl. It was a 2-day competition that also involved a 1-evening-only player summit with reveals, hands-on demos, and early access to content coming to the contest in the near future here. Here to talk about all of the excellence that happened in that weekend, please welcome to the show my boss and your best friend. It's Mike. How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm doing good. It's great to have you here. Here, you can hold this.
Oh my God, this is heavy.
It is very heavy. I don't know how FinTech held it above his head like that. It was pretty impressive, honestly. But yeah, we just had this massive, massive event. It was no less than like 6 to 9 months of planning, largely your work. How do you feel now that it's done?
It was, okay, yeah. I think a lot of people don't understand how much planning an event like this is. I know I didn't understand how much work planning an event like this would be, because we started almost a year ago now, and it really ramped up towards spring, but it was a lot of work. But it was so worth it.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, it was so much fun. The players loved it, the contenders especially, but also so did everyone here.
Yeah.
All of our coworkers had a great time showing up, and I'm hoping that some people tuned in and also had a good time watching.
I mean, we broadcast both days of the competition. We know that there were some issues with the broadcast itself, and thank you to those of you who stuck around regardless. We had a blast. And I want to address this because I see it in the chat, and people are saying FinTech didn't get to keep the belt. As soon as FinTech won and we killed the cameras and he stepped off stage, we took the belt back immediately.
Ripped it right away.
We said no, and he was really upset, and he was like holding on to it, and you could see like the tears welling up in his eyes. But we pushed him down, and we took the belt back, and we said, "Go back to Finland now."
Yeah, none of that is true.
None of that's true. We got 2 belts made.
We got 2 belts, yeah.
We did think that it might be tough for him to fly it home. What I thought was like a baller move is if he walked through the metal detector at the airport with like the belt under his shirt and was like, champion. But I don't know that he did that either. But shout out to FinTech. Shout out to all of our competitors that came out.
Yeah,
all around the world.
Yeah,
they were incredible.
And such nice people. I'm so stoked
nice
to be
people.
there. That's me and my best friends.
Yeah.
MSD, Bitter Steel. Yeah. Look at all these people that showed up just to hang out with us. It's humbling. Like, there were times where I'm like, our goal was let's get 100 people to show up.
Yeah.
100 people was, what we thought, like, that's a lofty goal. Look at those biceps.
Those biceps are, oh my God, Andrew.
Andrew, I need your workout routine.
Andrew, I need your biceps.
Yeah. We thought, 100 people, lofty goal. Let's get 100 people to show up, and it'll be a good time. We had at least, I want to say, 150.
Yeah.
Yeah. 300 people said they would come, so that was a bit disappointing.
But we knew.
I got juice and cookies for 300 people.
We bought 700 burritos.
Yeah, we got a lot of burritos.
There was a lot of burritos. It wasn't 700, but there was a lot of burritos that went uneaten. But don't worry, we put them into community fridges for people in need in the Vancouver area. So that was actually kind of a fulfilling way to end a Friday.
It worked out, yeah.
But it was two kind of parallel events. Let's talk about the competition first, and then we can look into the summit itself. Yeah. So the competition, 2 days.
Yes.
We had our gaming, our partners at the gaming stadium. And it was incredible. I kind of didn't know what to expect, and leading into the week of the competition, I was stressed. But it was like every single meeting we had with different people, every single one, I was like, we put the right people in the right places, and this is going to be great.
Yeah.
How was your emotional roller coaster leading into the week of the competition?
Exact same. I didn't know what to expect, but we had the right partners. We had great partners with our event planners and down at the gaming stadium, as well as our coworkers here, who really brought this together. I was not sure how this was actually going to play out. I was nervous from the very beginning until people got on their planes home. I did not stop stressing out, but it worked out. Look at them, like these guys. The show looked amazing.
Yeah.
I know we had a few technical issues on the first day, but like the in-person experience was amazing.
Yeah.
Like, everyone there had a great time. I was always worried that I don't know if people are going to sit and watch a Battlegrounds tournament for a couple hours.
Yeah.
John's in the corner laughing at me because at one point he said we should make this 6 or 7 hours or 8 hours long, and I said absolutely not. No one's going to sit for that. And then nobody got up from their seats the entire time.
Even when bribed with food.
Even when I said, hey, there's food outside, people were like, go away.
Go away. I'm watching Battlegrounds.
Yeah, no, they were into it. So
that's cool.
It opens up a lot of opportunities for next year, but.
Yeah, so I mean, the official statement from us, I suppose, is like, we're not locked for a second event next year. We absolutely want to do one. Yeah. we think that we already have a list of stuff that we want to make bigger and better.
Yeah.
But we need more people like you guys to say, hey, we want this event. I will be there. Like, let us know so that we can go to the people with the money and say, hey, we want to set up something awesome for our people. If you could layer in one more excellent thing to this competition for next year, what's like the number one dream?
Like 4 times the competitors.
Dang, bring out 32.
32.
Do full tournament on stage.
Yeah. Maybe not on stage. That's a lot of people. But there's definitely ways that we can make it work. 2-day event, like full days events. Tune in at the right times. Maybe the 3rd day is our finals. So,
cool.
If that's what you're really into, that's what you come to watch.
Yeah.
But, more people, more competitors. We started out with like some grandiose plans. It came down like, this was our first time doing it. Mm-hmm. Everyone keeps saying like this was the first Battle Realm Brawl, including myself. I'm going to say this is actually more like our beta Battle Realm Brawl. Mm-hmm. We really wanted to get the kinks out, see how it worked. Next year, let's treat that as the big first one.
Yeah.
Or, you can call it version 2, I don't care.
Yeah.
I think try bigger, better things.
Bigger and better, absolutely. I think that we did we laid so much groundwork for this event that going to the next one, we have a lot of the work done for us, I think, which is fantastic. And we have talked about big plans for next year and how we wanted to do a cruise ship battle cruise brawl. We put everyone out at sea.
Yeah.
International waters, no rules.
Yeah.
Contest.
I'm not a big fan of this one.
Not a good plan.
I'm afraid of cruises. People go missing on cruises.
But you wouldn't.
A lot, very often.
You
I haven't made any enemies in this game. No one wants to throw me off a bridge.
Hold on. Who's this? Kefison says, Vancouver is far away. Next time come to Greece. Oh, yeah, I'll consider that.
Yeah,
I mean, as far as I'm concerned, I would love to do that.
Yeah.
We also considered Hawaii, mostly because we want to go to Hawaii. Yeah. Okay, let's shift gears and talk about the Player Summit a little bit. We revealed a lot of things for the first time. We were able to mix and mingle with all of the community. We saw them have hands-on with a lot of new game modes and things. Yeah. It was so cool. I was a little nervous. Do you have any highlights? What was your peak from the summit?
The summit, same thing. Like having everyone sit down and listen intently. I don't present a lot, and this is why you're here.
Yeah.
And I am not in that chair all the time. But I had a great time, getting up in front of everyone, telling them what's coming, what's new. The look in MSD's eyes as we announced Necropolis.
Yeah.
I've never seen someone's face light up like it was Christmas to him.
Yeah.
It was amazing.
I think we might have a shot, or we might have already passed it, but literally he sat up out of his seat and his eyes are as big as saucers.
Yeah.
It was cool.
Yeah.
I didn't know what to expect, honestly. I had a lot of anxiety going into this event. We as community managers spend a lot of time in the forums and it can be very negative. We've been doing these live streams and those have been much more positive. So you're kind of like, well, this is new, unexplored territory.
There it is.
And everyone I spoke to, look at him, like Christmas morning.
Yeah.
Everyone I spoke to was so positive, so excited, so kind. Really, it blew me away. I had such a good time. And shout out to Rob for making that edit look like I said something really funny.
Yeah.
Those were completely disjointed reaction shots, but thank you. I appreciate that. Man, this was great too. Alliance Quest raids for the first time, Necropolis fights, a couple of different champs. This was unbelievable.
Beat the Dev.
Beat the Dev was great. The lineup for people who wanted to embarrass the devs was exceptional.
Yeah.
That was maybe some of my favorite. But also watching Pepe nearly solo the Grandmaster, on the spot.
Who's been a huge pain for you.
Made me so upset.
Yeah.
Pepe was so kind. Shout out to Pepe, who also gave me a keychain from their hometown, which I thought was so sweet. But again, I think that just speaks volumes to the quality of our community here and the people that are most passionate and most engaged and want to be here. All of you lovely people hanging out right now, thank you so much from the bottom of my heart. That's incredible, and you don't see that in all of these different. You don't see that in every gaming community.
Yeah,
I'm kind of blown away.
No, I always say we were blessed to have a community that most games would kill for.
Yeah.
People passionate enough to travel across the world to come hang out with us. Yeah.
Wild. And 9 years in. Oh, by this point in the night, we had both been active for about 12 hours.
I'd say more than 12 hours.
More than 12, and we were losing it.
Yeah.
But we did a raffle, a couple giveaways. That was very fun. Oh man, I had an absolute blast. I'm excited for next year.
My favorite part is that one guy, the one person who didn't play the game.
Yeah, we had one guy who came in as a guest. He's like, I don't play the game, but I'm here with my buddy, no problem.
And he won one of the best.
He won of like one
yeah.
of the 5.
Yeah.
Won one of 5 raffle prizes. It was great. Anything else that we need to touch on from Battle Realm Brawl?
I want to pass this on so that you guys can actually get to like the new cool information. But thank you to everyone who showed up. Thank you to everyone who watched. If you want to come next year, let us know. I need to plan how much juice and cookies to order this time.
How many burritos is enough?
Yeah.
Awesome. I'm excited for next year as well. I want to do more live events like this. I haven't been in front of a live crowd like that. I mean, prior to New York Comic Con the weekend before, but like it's been such a long time, and it was absolutely unreal. Before you go anywhere, we have a big moment.
I get to do this?
Yeah, I'm going to let you. That wasn't the initial plan, but since you just asked, I'm going to let you do it.
Okay.
Gang, hanging out there. Thank you for being here. This is your pal Jack speaking to you now. I have my first ever 7-star crystal. And we're going to open it here together live. And we're going to let Mike do the honors.
I'm scared.
I'm also scared.
I let Karate Mike open mine. He duped my Mysterio. Not stoked on it. Don't hate it. I'm not happy about it either.
More like jujitsu, Mike. Am I right? All right, Rob, can we pull up my screen here? All right. Hold on, let me get back into focus. You can now see my in-game name and alliance tag. That means that you are contractually obligated to forfeit any Battlegrounds match you see me in future. So thank you for that. Let's fire this up right here. Kind of nervous. Let's pull it in there. Mike, do the honors. Give us a tap. I don't know who I want, ultimately. Sasquatch.
If you get Titania, I'm going to be so upset.
Are you going to be upset?
Yeah, she's
I like that we're watching the screen and there's a massive one right here.
Oh! Okay, my first was Mantis, and I would be stoked on this.
I'm good, because I don't have a lot of tech. I was saying this to John yesterday. I don't have a lot of tech in my roster, so, I mean, it wasn't my number 1.
Yeah.
But I'm happy. Any 7-star is a good 7-star. That's what we say.
For your first 7-star, any 7-star is a good 7-star.
Wow. Look at me go. Look at me go, you guys! Thank you for being here for this wonderful personal milestone. I appreciate you all being here to hype me up. Mike, you want to do an account tour someday?
No, absolutely not.
No. Me neither.
I have 3 accounts. I have the one I play for the most part.
Yeah.
My more end game one, which I will never ever show anyone.
Yeah.
And then like I have a rotating like new account.
Yeah.
Because I'm always like checking out the new game experience.
Sure.
So I have like hundreds of accounts at this point, probably.
Well, we need to. It's kind of our jobs too. I see people yelling at you for piloting, which that's not what piloting is.
Yeah, that's not what that means.
But hey, gang, summoners at home, who was your first 7-star pull? I'm curious to know. Really excited. Thank you, everybody. Thank you. You guys have been with me since Baby Little Cav account. Once I finally beat the Grandmaster after almost pulling all of my hair out. And now, hey, first 7-star. Look at us go. Look at us go. Mike, thanks for coming to hang out.
No, thank you for having me.
We'll see you again real soon. I don't know if you want to come back in the mid-November stream for the big giveaway. Remember the big giveaway?
Oh, yeah.
The big giveaway.
Yeah.
Or December, we're going to do some fun stuff leading into the holiday season. So we'll see you again soon.
I'm literally always right there.
It's true. If he's not there, he's literally just off camera. So. Everyone say goodbye to Mike.
Bye, everybody.
Bye, Mike. Now I don't know how you get off the set, so just have fun. All right, everybody, let's keep it going here. I'm going to talk to you guys about some free stuff. Everyone loves free stuff. Yeah, you can sit. You'll just be hanging out quietly for a minute. That's the next guest. It's a secret. Shh. You guys want free stuff? Stick around later in the show. We'll be giving away a 7-star Kushala and 5 6-star Kushalas. But that's not all. Here's how you guys are going to get some more stuff out of MCOC. And Rob, bring up a slideshow. It's a slideshow time. Hey. Rob, my mouse isn't working. Can I go now? You. Yeah, you. Do you like stuff? I bet you do. Introducing Marvel Contest of Champions on Amazon Prime Gaming. And I don't know who switched my slide. Listen, if I make a slideshow, it is a particular brand of messy, and this is outside of those realms. I don't know who changed it, but we're going to have words. What does this mean? What is this? So, very simple. You're going to log into Prime Gaming if you already have an Amazon Prime account. Prime Gaming is a part of that. You're going to go to a specific Marvel Contest of Champions gaming page. We will be giving out URLs twice a month on our social accounts and likely on the forums as well, just to get it out to you guys. This is very simple stuff. If you're on a desktop, you're going to scan a QR code with your device. It's going to launch MCOC, and you're going to get stuff. And it's that easy. If you're on mobile, a little bit different. You're just going to go to the page, tap the URL. Go to the page using the URL, tap Get In-Game Content, get free stuff. That's it. So again, this is a partnership with Amazon Prime. If you already have an account, you have Prime Gaming, you get certain perks and benefits, such as free subs on Twitch, if you wanted to use those to support your favorite creators, like twitch.tv/flanneljack. I don't know, you could do that there if you wanted to. It's for free is all I'm saying. But if you created a new account to get this free stuff, make sure to hit level 2 and complete the tutorial. Then you'll get more free things. And the QR code is usable by only one person. Only one account. It's yours. It's personal. You can't share it. None of that. What are you going to get, though? You know, what are you going to get? I see Polsky Play says, what stuff is there? This is what it is. You're going to get a 3-star featured champion, a special Cavalier crystal, and 3 energy refills twice a month just for showing up. This isn't going to replace the Marvel Insider thing by any means. This is not permanent. This is... Marvel Insider. Yeah, that's what I mean. It's not going to replace that because it's already gone. But... hey, here's a way for you to get a free champion, a tester. Obviously, guys, expectations here. We're not just throwing a bunch of stuff at you. This is mid. This is free stuff. This is fun. It's a way for you to check out each of the champions. And it's, for a lot of you, something that you already have. How often? So we're going to be doing this twice a month for a little while, not indefinitely, but for some time. So in November, check out November 13th to get Kushala, and November 27th to get Chee'ilth. And you're going to be able to test those champs, play with them a little bit, fiddle, and get some additional free goodies. Moving into December, we talked about this elsewhere, but I'm not sure how concrete. Of course, Onslaught. And then on the 25th, there's a mystery. That's not to say like it's going to be a better gift. That's just because they haven't told me yet. Yes, exactly. Who said that? The Real Jinja21 says it's a nice little bonus. That's the way to think of it. This isn't something that you're going to go stand in line and wait for Black Friday for, but this is a nice little bonus. You know, this is coupons in the mail. Why not? A nice little bonus. Hey, do you want some more stuff? This one, about the same. But once per week in the Summoner's Market, hop in there, get this free crystal. Once a week, for free. This is reminiscent. It is similar to, is it the same as the Legend Celebration crystal? That Legend Celebration crystal that everyone went wonk wonk for? That's not a real term, I just made it up. Go and get that once a week, for free. And that's rad. There you go, free stuff. Thank you for listening and enduring another one of my slideshows. Let's move right along here to another slideshow. But let me introduce our next special guest. You've seen him once before, twice before. You know him as a relic aficionado.
Oh, no.
He came to the show and said, let me give away relics, you guys. And it negatively impacted viewership. So we had him on timeout for a while, but now he's back. Please say hello to Harold. Great to have you.
Hello. Thanks, Jax. I wasn't a fan of the relics thing, personally. But
this is what genuinely happened. Harold,
what it is.
Harold said, I said, hey, Harold, can you come and talk about Alliance Quest event setup 2.0? And you said, maybe. Can I give away something that's not relics this time?
I said exactly those words.
And I said, you actually won't be on for the giveaway part. You're going to leave the set by
even better. Get me out of here.
Hey, stick around, folks, as we're going to be giving away a 7-star Kushala and 5 6-star Kushalas, and we'll let you read out the winner, the champion, the
take
number
it.
one.
Please.
So yes, you can give away something that's not relics, okay?
My redemption arc.
I love it.
Thank you.
I love it. All right, we're going into Alliance Quest Setup 2.0.
Yeah.
This is something we talked about back in spring this year. It's been cooking, and I think it's pretty straightforward, but it's a feature that people have been really requesting for a long time.
Yeah, totally. It's a huge quality of life improvement for players, and we'll get into some of the details as to why. So yeah, why don't we just jump right into the next slide? We can talk a little bit about this. So yeah, we've been talking about this for a while, and we've heard a lot of feedback about AQ and how people find it pretty cumbersome. They have to kind of schedule their lives around it a little bit. So one of the things we really wanted to do was put more agency in players' hands, right? And so we'll get into more of those details, but check out this landing page, right?
Yeah,
Nice.
I talked to some of the game team, and they were essentially saying, like, this is reminiscent of Battlegrounds as a landing page, and it's clean. It's a really good first touch with the game mode because it gives you all the options laid out. And it's my understanding, are we looking to kind of implement more of this style to other game modes as well in the future?
Yeah, absolutely. Like you mentioned, this is a template taken from Battlegrounds, and Battlegrounds was our first stab at kind of modernizing our game modes, right? Making it more usable, more accessible, getting all the information you need in one place.
Yeah.
And so if you look at the screen here, you have everything laid out. The panel on the left kind of shows you which battlegrounds are assigned to which maps, right? And then you have the next panel there with the event calendar, which we'll get into in a second.
Sure.
You have the rewards, the top rewards, and everything all
Good
laid
to
out
have
there.
it there.
Battle group assignments for all your officers and leaders to shuffle around, and just for yourself to get some info. And then the store, a link straight to the store here. And then leaderboard, right?
And then last but not least, because this is new and there's always pain points, that's always interesting to me as someone who observes the community, engages with the community. New is scary to people. This, in my opinion, and almost everyone's opinion, is a positive move. Inevitably, we're going to have people that are uncomfortable because it's different, it's not familiar to them anymore, and it's chaos. If you ever get concerned or confused, you just hit this little tooltip button, number 7 there.
It's the how-to button.
Yeah,
right.
Yeah, and we'll get into this a little more. I do want to address that 20 million. This is not a real. This is a test account. This is those 20 million units are not.
This is
real.
Jax's account.
No, it's not. It's not my
Jax's account.
secret second account. It's not real. I also can't give you any of them. But hey, the next live stream we'll be giving away a lot of units. We'll have more information about that later. Do you want? Because I know you want to give away better stuff.
I do.
So
Always.
maybe we'll bring you back just to be like, hey, I'm here to give.
Appreciate that.
This is Harold, everybody, the giveaway guy. You come in for every live stream now
right.
just to give away stuff.
I
and
saw
I love
someone
it.
earlier call me Relic Man. I don't like that. Don't
Relic
call me
Man!
that. Don't call me Relic Man.
I also did see people complimenting your shoes. So, all right, let's move right along here.
Cool. Okay, so I mentioned the panel on the left earlier in the screen, right? So this is what it is. It's the enlistment panel. So you can choose to enlist which BG into which maps per day. And for those of you who are very detail-oriented, you'll notice that it says out of 7. So that's a really exciting thing I want to talk about, which we'll get into in the next slide. But this is how it's going to look. So if you do have an assigned map in a BG for that day, you can just jump straight into it, but it'll be nicely laid out for you which map you're doing and which BG is doing which what.
Sorry, I'm laughing because people have started referring to you as the Relic Ranger. And I like that a lot.
That was slightly better.
All right, let's look at number 2.
Okay, next one. So this is the enlistment calendar. So this is like a really, really cool UI that I'm a huge fan of. I didn't do any of this work. I just want to caveat that. I'm just the messenger here.
Yeah.
So over here, you get to choose which BG does which map out of the 7 days. So again, earlier we said that it's out of 7. So we're actually changing the cadence of AQ, which is super exciting. I talked about agency earlier, right? So you can actually choose which day of the week you want to play Alliance Quest. So for those who don't want to do AQs on the weekend, you can choose to not do that, right? And it's per BG, so you have a lot of agency within your alliance, and you can choose whichever maps you want to do, things like that. If you want to go to the next slide, I think we have more info.
Yeah. So if you tap this, tap, you go into this.
There you go. Yeah. So it's got all the information that you need per enlistment here, right? So you can see which map you're doing, who the final boss is, who the mini boss is. And then if you look at the tabs on the top, you can actually choose the modifier on that map, right? There you go. So everything all in one place. Really, really cool UI work here by our UI designers. And so, yeah, I think you can just keep going through here, the whole flow.
So one thing, don't forget to save. So any details you set in the individual days, they don't lock until you hit this save button. It'll be green when you have changes to save. I think way back in spring, we knew that this was going to be a win.
Yep.
In that we're giving people, like you said, agency, we're reducing commitment, and we're giving people the option. So if you really wanted to run Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and then take a break, you can do that. If you want to avoid weekends, which I'm seeing from people being like, no weekends, hooray. Yeah. And that's pretty solid. But again, we took it a step further and made it more beautiful, more accessible, more fun.
Totally. I should mention that once you do save like your arrangement, it caches. So you don't have to do it every week manually, right?
Sweet.
Obviously. But if you do want to change it, you can change it any time and it'll occur in the next week.
Yeah, because there's that next week button at the top there.
That's correct.
Yeah. I'm excited about this change. I think it's a very, very solid quality of life change. But that's not all that we're doing with Alliance Quest. Now, this isn't happening right now. This is happening in early 2023. Right. We've shown this at Battle Realm Brawl Day 2. You're making faces back there. What's up? Are you nervous? 2024? Thank you. You can correct me. That's the second time that you've just let me say something stupid and then wait. Don't worry, the chat got me too.
Yeah,
2024, years are hard, time is a lie. All right, early 2024. We've shown this off a couple of times. I think it's going to be really cool. We had people play testing it at the Players Summit. You say it.
Okay.
Okay.
We're doing AQ raids.
Woo!
Let's go.
Raids! I'm excited. Wow, we echoed. Sorry. We also have our finance team right outside the door. Sorry, everyone. So we've got an explainer video. Letting people know the general overview. I think it does say a date in late 2023, which obviously we're early enough in this process that things are still shifting. That video was also meant as an early preview, and therefore the video itself will change. Don't listen to it, it's a lie. But early 2024 is what we're aiming for. It'll be another thing that we focus on in one of these live streams. I want to, and Rob is working really hard behind the scenes to make it happen.
We'll have more info.
Where we can do it live.
Yeah,
because it's three-person battle groups.
10-person battle groups, but in groups of 3.
In groups of 3, and then one person sits alone on the sidelines. It's me, always. But we'll do it. We'll do it here.
Yeah,
I think it'll be a really cool thing to do live.
It'll be fun.
I see people asking questions. We have more information about this game mode going live in the forums in about like 15, 20 minutes. I posted it behind the scenes, and we just have to flip it live. So check that out after the stream. Along with the side quest information, as we often do. Before we throw the video, that's it for Harold, everybody. So shout out to the Relic Ranger. We'll have you come back to give away some stuff, but thank you so much for being here and hanging out with us. Of
course, thanks for
appreciate it. Take care. All right, let's throw to Alliance Quest Relic. No, Alliance Quest Raids. Sorry, Relic's on the brain.
What is going on, Summoners? Today, we're giving you a first look at our newest game mode, Alliance Raids. Like Alliance War and Alliance Quest, raids are all about coming together with your battle group to conquer the map before you. The first step is to decide your teams. There are 3 lanes of bosses, so naturally, your battle group will split into 3 groups of 3, with 1 summoner in reserve. Now, each team of 3 will need a player of each role: Vanguard, Assault, and Tactician. On the champion select screen, you'll be able to filter your champions by role. Champs that aren't in a role won't be able to complete role missions or deal any damage, so make sure you bring the right one for the job. Once you have your teams, roles, and champs decided, it's time to head into the map. You're going to want to make sure you head to the matching choice node for your decided role. Each node has a matching icon and color with the role you picked. And at this node, you'll be selecting a boost. Take some time to read them, and pick whatever you think will help your champ unleash the most amount of damage. Alright, now that you're boosted and at the boss, you'll want to organize the order that you fight with your partners. This will only matter for the first few fights while you're ramping. Now, each boss will have their own set of requirements while fighting them, and each time you complete the required in-fight objectives, you'll gain Raid Fervor. Now keep in mind, you can increase the amount of fervor gained from the boost that you chose. And once you gain enough fervor in a fight, you'll complete the mission and gain 1 roll charge. These are your main resource to gain bonus damage for yourself and your teammates. And completing your missions in the fight will grant charges for rolls other than your own. If you're Assault, you'll grant charges to Vanguard. Vanguard grants charges to Tactician, and Tactician grants charges to Assault. And when your fight ends, you'll consume 1 of your roll charges. Completing a mission also grants you 1 stack of roll force for each roll charge on the fight that isn't your own, up to 10 of each. And these are important because each stack of roll force gives the attacker increased damage on all attacks. But roll force will only work if roll charges for your roll are active. So, make sure to complete your 7 missions each fight. That way, you build roll force faster and unleash some serious damage. Just make sure everyone has charges and that you're working together to build them evenly, and you should be good to go. From here, rinse and repeat this process for each boss, then come together to take down the final boss as a group. You'll be capped on how much of the boss's health you can take off in a single fight, but a number of free revives will be available in the store each week. And also, timeouts will 100% knock out any attacker. So, make sure to deal as much damage as you can. Raids will be active for the final week of each Alliance quest rotation. That means, if you choose to participate in raids, you only have to complete 1 map over the course of the week instead of 4. So, which champions do you want to take to your first raid? Let us know in the comments below. And get ready, because raids are launching later this year. Until next time, we'll see you in the Battle Realm.
All right, everybody, welcome back. That is, for some of you, a first look at Alliance Quest raids. Now, let's address a few things here. That's your first look at something, and it is a very detailed, dense explainer video. I know that for some of you, it seems overwhelming. But you've got time. We're gonna take you there. We're gonna showcase everything. Shout out to FinTech MCOC. What's up, champ? Great to see you. Says it sounds more complicated than it is, and it is because we have to explain it in all its nitty-gritty details, so that you have all of the information. But realistically, there are going to be shorter guides and more explainer videos and a little more hands-on stuff as we get there. And some people will be like, "No, I'm not going to play that." That's not for everyone. But that's the great thing about our game is not every game mode is for everyone, and you just pick and play the ones that you like, and you have my full support in doing that, everybody. But as we were just talking as that video rolls, this is like built-in end-game content once a month for you and your alliance. So some people saying, I want to change alliances to get ready for this. Great. Like, I think it's interesting every time we introduce a new game mode, because again, that's it. People being like, well, this is complicated, this is overwhelming. It's a new game mode. This is like something completely different, completely foreign to you. So it's totally understandable that you guys might feel a little overwhelmed right now. But it's going to be cool. The rewards I see, as always, is a question. Robot account Chris, if you are a bot, and I'm talking to a bot right now, I'm going to be so embarrassed. But we'll have more of that information when we get the game mode up and running.
I can actually say something about that. I know I'm sneaking in here.
Hey, everybody, say hi to John Not John.
Hey, everyone.
Good to see you.
Yeah, good to see you as well. We gotta shake hands. We looked at different cameras.
That's
weird.
fine.
So one thing I wanted to say about the rewards and kind of what you were saying there is one way that we're showing summoners they kind of have a choice.
Yeah.
To do this is that during raid week, all of the Alliance quest rewards will be better, whether you play raids or not. So we're showing summoners that they have a choice whether they want to do this or not.
Love that. Yeah. Love that. As Twitchy D has pointed out, it is good to reiterate, coming later this year is not accurate. I know I said it before. Let's bookend it here. Not coming later this year, but in 2024. 4, which is the next year to happen after this one. Guys, we got John here. John's here to talk about some really, really cool things. We're going to get into some first-time looks of a lot of things right now. So again, if you guys have any questions, please tag Kabam Twitchy D, and we'll have them pass along some stuff. Oh my God, I just realized what happened. It's fine. All right. We did rehearsals yesterday, and there was a few things that happened where I was like, John, you're saying that. I'm just sitting here, okay? So let's take a look at our next slideshow. Can you join my alliance? Sure. I don't do a lot with it, but we just hang out and vibe. Let's take a look at Deathless Champions. We've talked about Guillotine Deathless.
Yeah.
And we've only given a couple of details about the 5 pieces that people need to acquire. And I think we all agreed that it was important that we get out all that information as soon as we can, because nothing would be worse for someone to get through the victory track to get that piece, which is no easy feat. This is going to be a challenge, only to find out that there's something down the line that they will not be able to do or don't have any interest in doing. You know what I mean? So we're going to start with Deathless Champions, but we're also going to talk about Necropolis Rewards. We're going to talk rewards for the first time, and we're going to talk about our next progression rank to follow up Paragon. And I don't know if you can tell, but I'm nervous about it.
Yeah, me too, kind of. You're making me nervous.
No, you're going to be great. Look, I'll put on a brave face. That's my brave face. All right, but let's start with Deathless Champs. It's fun. It's beautiful. All of these exciting things. Let's move to the first slide here, and then you can take it away.
Sounds good. Yeah. So. We're going to start to talk about 7-star Deathless Champions first, and then we'll talk about the 6 stars after that. So the 7-star champions are designed to be late-game collection pieces. They are truly end-game content. You're going to have to do some of the hardest content in the game to collect them. And they're designed to be a very hard chase. The other thing about the 7-star Deathless Champions is that the pieces will vary, where they are sourced, will vary significantly based on content that's in the game. So we're not releasing a new Necropolis every quarter next year, obviously. And so there will be different ways to acquire these champions. But I am ready to make 2 promises.
Yeah, you did this yesterday, and I was like, I don't make promises.
Yeah, well,
John makes promises.
I'm making 2 promises to the community about Deathless Champion acquisition, okay? Mm-hmm. Number 1, they will always be available for in-game content or currencies.
Got it.
They might require a moderate unit spend, but it's never going to be ridiculous. The prime acquisition method for these pieces will never be cash offers. Number 2, they will never be sourced in a limited fashion in something like ranked rewards. Okay, so you're never going to have to finish Masters in Alliance War or Top 100 in Alliance Quest for these pieces or anything like that. Mm-hmm. Aside from that, it's fair game.
Yeah.
I'm not making any other promises about where you're going to find these pieces. Some of them you're going to be able to collect solo. Some of them you might have to do some challenging content with your alliance. But yeah, those are the two boundaries for what we're looking at.
Sorry, I'm just laughing because Twitch auto-censored isn't a big unit spend. And, sorry, I enjoyed that. I didn't mean to derail entirely. Guys, I get distracted by the chat constantly. Some of you are hilarious. Go ahead, sorry.
Yeah, okay, so next slide, I think.
Oh, okay, yeah, I'm in charge.
Oh,
I forgot.
you're in charge? Okay.
Yeah. I'm doing fine, you guys. Let's keep it going.
So the 6-star Deathless pieces should be accessible. These are more accessible than the 7 stars. The idea here is that they'll be accessible to late game summoners based on sort of like broad engagement across the game. So if you play all of our different modes, if you play all the different content, you should be able to acquire these pieces if you want to. Again, the sources will still potentially vary. I'm not saying that they'll be the same currencies or exactly the same cost every quarter, every new Deathless champion, but they will be more consistent and more predictable. And I should note, I know some people have already realized this, if you collect all of the 7-star pieces and trade them in, you will get both the 7-star champion and the 6-star champion. So if you are collecting the 7-star pieces and you think you're going to be successful, do not buy the 6-star pieces. You do not need them.
That's good to know. Also, we see a number of people asking about, hold on one sec, I got to ban someone in the chat. Someone else do it. But yeah, we see some people asking about the creation of these champs and are they just trophies? They're going to have their own takes on the already established kits. It's important for at least the first 4 that you know. It's not a completely new kit, but it's not the same old kit. It's not a reskin. There is some unique things there. And there's going to be some fun reasons to put them on your roster, and we'll talk about that in a little while as well here. again, stick around for the 7-star Kushala giveaway and the 5 6-star Kushala giveaways. We were just talking about stars, and then that's where my brain went. We did this one? We did
this one.
Great.
We can move on.
I'm fading.
Yeah, so the actual 7-star guillotine pieces here. So obviously, summoners have seen the handle came in an in-game message. The tip of the blade is Battleground Season 12. Victory track completion, you need to play one fight in the Gladiator Circus to collect that. Don't forget to do that. That will be the only primary source for this piece. It's not coming back next Battleground season. So if you want that, push for the Gladiator Circuit this season. There's a soul in Necropolis completion, which players already know. The body of the blade is going to come in a challenge objective near the end of December. I will say about this challenge objective, it's similar to a Karina's challenge.
Yeah.
There are 3 chained objectives. I playtested them. I think they're very fun. There is no question that this will be easier for most summoners than the Necropolis piece. So if you can secure that Necropolis piece, you should be able to get this one. You might have to rank up 1 or 2 champions to do it. But yeah, it shouldn't be too big of a problem. And the crossguard will come in a Banquet milestone. And I'll say something about this. This is in...
Hold on, let me just say this.
Yeah.
Hold on, I wanted your coverage, but it's fine. Rob, can you go back to John's coverage? I feel like it's more impactful if I do it this way. Hey, guys, settle down. You just read 2 words on a screen. It's no need to overreact. John's going to explain it to you. John's a good guy. Give John a chance.
I'm going to explain it to you. Thank you. So this will be in a Banquet milestone, and it will be at a very, very reasonable Banquet milestone.
Reasonable!
This will be by far, aside from the mass message piece, by far the easiest piece to attain. Basically, anybody who engages with the Banquet event will collect this piece, is what I can say.
See, guys?
Yeah.
Now, don't you feel silly for getting all up in arms? It's going to be fine.
Not for Wells. Okay, so I will be specific about it. We tune this so that if you open your free crystals and you spend the units from the other milestones on crystals, you will get this. So you won't even have to spend any of your own units.
Just by doing the thing, you guys. All right? Now, don't we all feel better? Let's all just deep breaths. All right, let's take a look at 6 stars. You ready to move on?
Let's do it.
Let's do it.
Yeah, so as I mentioned, the 6-star pieces are basically being sourced for engagement across the game.
This slide says 7 stars. That's on me. This is 6-star, everyone. Pay attention. 6 stars.
Yeah, sorry, these are the 6-star pieces. So these are available basically for multiplayer currencies this season. So these will all eventually be in the shop and be available until January 31st. And the amount of currency that it costs is basically tuned so that you will have more than enough time, if you are actively engaged in these modes, to collect this much currency before then.
There we go. Easy peasy. Again, art team don't miss. It's beautiful. I'm excited to see these. But hey, John, what happens if I missed a piece?
What happens if you missed a piece? They will have a catch-up mechanic. However, we want to strongly incentivize collection of these pieces through their primary channels. And so this catch-up mechanic will cost units, and it's going to cost lots of units. And I know for sure there are going to be, Reddit posts and forum threads saying, I can't believe Kabam thinks a Deathless Guillotine piece is worth this many units. And the honest answer to that is we don't. We don't think it's worth that many units. The reason that we're doing it this way is to not cheapen the chase of the summoners who collect these pieces the regular way. But if you're on vacation and you miss a piece, and you absolutely can't live without having the champion, there will be a catch-up mechanic available for units. This mechanic will be available after all of the summoners who have collected these pieces through the primary channels get it. So this will come after that. The first way to collect the champions will be through the sources we talked about.
Yeah, I think that this is important as well because this is very reminiscent of the summer triple-double pass to get Morbius, where we told you guys, hey, do it now because 3 months down the line, you're going to be upset if you didn't. This is one where your smoothest path to acquisition is through these stepstones now.
Yeah.
So again, obviously things happen, people miss events, but if you have it in you, get it done the right way to avoid draining your units.
That's right.
Later.
And we are looking at potentially a long-term content-based catch-up. Let's say you come into this next fall and you've missed 3 Deathless Champions. How are you going to collect them? We're looking into opportunities for that, but I will say that expect it to be very, very, very challenging.
Yeah.
Again, the primary way to collect these pieces is the way that it's intended. And so the other ways of getting them, there might be some, but they are not going to be, they're not going to be easy or they're going to cost a bunch of units. So
I did see the question, and I know we talked about it yesterday. So are all of these pieces available indefinitely? I know some of them will go away.
So the Necropolis completion piece And the challenge objective piece are available indefinitely. The Battlegrounds piece and the Banquet piece are only available in the current Battleground season and in the Banquet event. Yeah, so some of them will be available indefinitely, some of them will be available limited time.
Awesome.
Yeah.
All right, ready to move on. Why? Why should people be excited about the Deathless Champs? I saw people ask.
Yeah, so the Deathless Champions themselves are designed to be basically a fun questing team. We don't believe that they're going to be meta for Battlegrounds or Alliance War. It's not that they will never be used in those modes, but that's not the main target for them. They're mainly designed as a questing team, and there will be future challenge objectives next year where you will require the use of Deathless Champions.
I've seen the buzz around these challenge objectives, like these Karina's trials that we put out in the last month. And people seem really excited, and I think they're cool. I think it's flexing creativity on our game team as well as providing fun content. And I know the intention for our game team is to basically put out these challenges with relatively low lift. It doesn't require the entire quest team to come together to build out a map and stuff like that.
Right.
So I'm really kind of excited to see what these specific challenges will be. I think it's going to be really fun for people.
And I think maybe most importantly, as we've talked about, if you collect the 4 Deathless Champions over the next year here, there will be a 5th Deathless Champion that we release. The only way to acquire that champion is going to be to use those 4 champions in something. It's over a year away, so we haven't completely finalized what that is. To collect this final champion, the way that will work is if you collect all the 7 stars, you'll have access to the 7 star. If you collect all the 6 stars, you'll have access to the 6 star. And the final Deathless Champion were designed to be very powerful.
Yeah.
Basically to be a meta champion across the game.
It's going to be cool. We did show it off at the Player Summit at Realm Brawl. We're not going to show it off again today, but we do have a video coming probably in a bit. It's probably going to be a little bit, but hey, check out YouTube, Marvel Contest of Champions official page there, as we will have basically a really cool reveal. I saw someone asking about the narrative side of it as well. That's going to be included in that video, and I saw an early cut of it yesterday, and it looks very cool.
Yeah, I'm excited. I saw a question in the chat. We haven't announced all 4 of the champions yet, but I am very excited for them. I can tell you that much.
Yeah. It's going to be rad. Okay, moving along here. Is there anything else we need to know about Deathless Champs before we take a look at the Necropolis Rewards for the first time?
I think that's pretty much it. That's all I have to say anyways. I think at some point players will obviously start to see more about the kit and that kind of stuff, but that's not my it's not my realm.
Yeah, I know we had a question from Galio Cube 101, what was the most fun about creating Deathless Champs? That's not John's bag, like he said, but when we do have Deathless Champs available, we should bring back Aiden. It's been such a long time. We'll bring back Aiden. Aiden will come and talk about the Deathless Champs, which will be really, really fun.
Yeah, I think for me, I can say that for my part in it, the most fun about this has been creating like this entirely new collection mechanism across the next year of the game. So it really gives purpose to the content that we're planning for next year. We already have most of next year planned, and seeing where these Deathless beats fall in that content and how we can integrate them in fun ways into the game. I'm really excited about it.
Yeah, I'm pumped. Okay, let's dive into Necropolis Rewards here. Chat. Summoners, lovely summoners. This is going to be fun. I saw these yesterday. Manage expectations. That's always the thing here, is everyone's like, John, when I finish Necropolis, I want every 7-star. And no, but you're going to see some cool stuff here. Let's dive right in here.
Sounds good. Yeah, so in terms of the path rewards, there's so some of the stuff in this presentation, summoners will already know from different pieces of information that were released at the summon, that kind of stuff. But there are 6 paths in Necropolis, and basically there are 3 different path rewards, and you get each of them twice. So you get 2 7-star hero crystals, 2 4 to 5 generic 6-star rank up gems, and 2 full 6-star ascensions as the path rewards. These paths, these rewards are in chests, so you can't see which one is on which path. But I imagine within like 2 hours of the content releasing, the community know which path they're on. And the reason we did that was actually we discovered a tech issue when we were implementing these rewards. So we actually wanted to make them visible. They're not, but like I'm sure the community will figure out very quickly.
Yeah. Also, John, after our tech rehearsal yesterday, you said, hey, can you put the other images next to the words? And I went, yes. And then, as you can see, I didn't do that. But I knew that everyone out there, that they could visualize the 7-star hero crystals, etc. So I knew that they were going to be good. Now, guys, keep in mind, I see a lot of positive buzz. Thank you for being excited about stuff. These are just the path rewards. These are just the path rewards, you guys.
These are just the path rewards.
Here we go.
These are just the beginning. Okay, so for completion rewards, there's a new title, the Ruler of the Necropolis, which is a pretty cool title. As we've talked about, there's the Deathless Guillotine piece. There is the 10,000 Titan Shards. The amount of Titan Shards in here and in Act 8.3 sort of reflects where the Titan Shard economy is going, in the sense that early on, after we launched the Crystal, we wanted to source some Titan Shards in like engagement-based stuff. And it's not to say that we'll never do that again, but our plan with Titan Shards is to make sure they stay valuable over the long term, because as people know, things depreciate in our game, and we want Titan Shards to depreciate more slowly. So, yeah, that's just a comment on that. There's a 6-star Relic Crystal.
How do you feel about that, Harold? Thumbs up.
There is a 7-star rank 1 to 2 rank up gem. And then there are 2 rewards. There is the 2 to 3 rank up gem crystal. So you'll spin this and you'll get a class-based 2 to 3 rank up gem. And then there are 2 7-star class crystals where you pick a class. So these are effectively selectors. You will pick any class, and then you will spin a single spin crystal. They're not Nexus crystals. You'll get a champion of that class. The reason that these are crystals and not a selector is so that if you do not have a champion of every class of 7-star, or one that you want to take to rank 3, open up your 2 to 3 rank up gem crystal first.
Yeah.
And then if you're not happy with the class you get, then you can use these class crystals to pick a class and snag a couple other champions from that class.
This is all very cool. I did see someone ask, will it be hard? Will this be difficult?
Yes.
Very,
absolutely,
very difficult.
Absolutely. So I think it's a ton of fun. Playtesting this, I got into a flow where I like missed a meeting, and all of a sudden it was lunchtime, and I felt like I'd been playing for like 30 minutes and it'd been 3 hours. So you can get into a flow with this, but yeah, it's hard, it's long.
This is essentially the follow-up to Abyss, is what
I don't know if I'd categorize it like that. It's similar to Abyss in its length and complexity.
Yeah.
But I personally think the design is stronger than Abyss. I think it's more interesting. I think the fights are more interesting, and yeah. So it is different. You'll see in the design of the fights with what Kevin's done. There was a different philosophy that went into creating this content. So.
And we'll talk to Kevin later this month. I do see a question from Mabphil85. Does the 7-star class crystal include the champs in the Titan crystal?
Sorry, no. That just includes the base pool champs.
The base pool.
Yeah.
Does it include the exclusive champions in the incursion/loyalty 7-star crystal? I imagine is the same answer.
It just includes the base pool games.
Perfect. All right, let's move along. Boop, boop. Who's this?
That is the Maestro, which players also already know about. Do you remember when I was on stream a few months ago? I talked about new trophy champion. You made me write on the table, and I was terrified that the people at home would be able to see it. This is what I wrote on the table. So moving into Necropolis, one feedback that we've heard a lot from Abyss, and it's definitely true, is that those rewards became outdated pretty quickly. And so we wanted to include some things, especially in the completion rewards here, that would make a completion run of Necropolis more relevant.
This is just completion.
This is just completion.
Wow.
And so for the completion run, you will get a 6-star Maestro Trophy Champion. Trophy Champion, yes. Absolutely meta defender. No question. Following up on Jessica Jones, probably even a harder defender than Jessica Jones. So this will make the rewards valuable for a long time. But there is something else, and I was very happy this wasn't spoiled in the teaser video we showed, because it's something that we haven't done in a long time. And it is, let's see if, I'm going to quiz chat, okay? Chat, what is something in our game that does not depreciate over time and is not a currency?
This is so much stress.
Can anyone guess what it is?
My God.
He's cosmic.
Mike feels good. Mike's got a thumbs up. Real estate. I don't know who said it. It flew by too quick.
I saw a couple people guess it.
Did they? Oh, yeah. I've seen some.
So there is, in the completion rewards for Necropolis, forever, a new mastery point. And the idea here is that because this mastery point is here, it means that no matter how far our game goes, no matter how far the power in our game goes, it will always be worth doing a completion run of the Necropolis.
And let me say on this point, nobody come at me about Masteries 2.0 or Mastery presets. Are things working behind the scenes? Maybe. But don't yell at me about it. I wasn't even in the company when we talked about those things. And, you got a new mastery point. What more could you ask for? No, things are still happening, but that's all we can really say at all. So just, hey, don't yell at me. That's it. This was one that I was really nervous about, but I think people seem pretty excited about this.
Yeah, it's one of those things that there's going to be a certain group of summoners that are very, very excited about it. Yeah, it's the first time we've done this, like I said, in a long, long time. Not promising we will ever do it again, but the balance team approved a single mastery point for Necropolis, so I'm excited about
I wish
that.
I was a fly on the wall in the meeting where you were just like, we want a mastery point, and they're like, no, and you're like, just one. And then the back and forth for that, which I think is great. All right, ready to move on?
Yep.
Cool. Did I go too far?
No, I think this is
okay,
right.
is this the one?
Yeah.
My mouse stopped
I
mousing.
think this is good. So
All right.
exploration rewards. So there's a profile picture. There are 3 6-star relic crystals. There is a 7-star Titan crystal, and there are the 7-star rank 1 to 2 rank up gem, and then the generic 7-star rank 2 to 3 rank up gem, which again summoners already know about this. So that's obviously the main prize. But there are a few other things as well.
There's more?
There's more.
But wait, there's more.
Wait, there's more.
Have we given away a rank 2 to 3 rank up gem for 7 stars?
There is one person in the world
Who could it be?
who has one, and yeah, his name is Fintech.
Oh, what a sweetheart.
And
We
again,
love Fintech.
congratulations, Fintech. Thank you for putting on such a show. I haven't had a chance to say that. And to all the competitors, I had an absolute blast. Everyone had an absolute blast. The competition was so tight. The first day,
was
our
awesome.
quarterfinals, all 4 matches went to the maximum number of games.
There wasn't a boring
2 out of 3.
matchup.
They all went to 3.
single one.
And all the matches on the second day were fantastic as
Yeah.
well. So congrats, Fintech. You earned it.
All right.
Hope to see you next year.
Oh, absolutely.
There is the 7-star Maestro in the exploration rewards.
I did see one person guess this. I saw some people were like, no 7-star? And then one person was like, it's an exploration rewards.
Yeah, it's an exploration reward, so this will mean exploration is valuable for like probably the next 5 years.
Ooh. MCOC 15-year anniversary.
Yeah. And there's one more thing in here that I think is really fun.
Do you want me to press the button?
Let's do it.
Oh, but there's still more.
There is a 7-star launch pool selector.
Pick any. Shout out to Cat Murdoch _art on Twitter, the artist formerly known as Twitter.
Yeah, thank you, Kat, for the graphic. So
Mm-hmm.
there is a selector where you will be able to pick any one of these 36 champions when you finish the Necropolis. Almost everybody is still chasing a white whale in here. I certainly know I am.
Who do you want?
If I pick today, I would pick Shuri.
Yeah.
Yeah, but yeah, we'll see how it goes. It's going to take me a long time to explore this content, I think. So.
I think it's going to take a lot of people a
Yeah.
long time. This is difficult content, folks. So it's the same with Deathless, with the Deathless Champs. It's the same here. These are difficult pieces of content. We're excited that you're pumped up about this. Love that. There's nothing more, nothing I like more than putting out information and content and stuff that you guys get fired up for. It's going to be hard. It's not going to be easy.
It's going to be hard, especially to explore this content. It's going to be hard. There are some really awesome but challenging fights on the paths, and then you're also going to have to defeat the Necropolis Grandmaster 6 times. So
I see IOEOI. That's the official screen. Lots of I's and O's in there. Says, hey, when's the release date? Oh, we'll come back to that. I thought it was the next slide. I thought I was setting it up beautifully. Hold on, IOEOI. We'll come back to it.
and finally, some vanity rewards, some cosmetic rewards for the first few who explore this content. So the first one summoner to explore the content will receive the unique title King of the Dead, which is pretty sick,
It
I
is
have to say.
badass.
And the top 10, the first 10 to explore will receive the Mythic Badge. There is a note here that if you want to compete for these first 10 rewards, you have to have a valid email address attached to your account so we can get in touch with you. You have to record your runs and you need to upload them to YouTube or another streaming service so we can watch them to make sure you're not cheating.
Exactly. Cheat detection. And we just put out another message that you wrote and then Mike edited and posted this morning about cheat detection, especially in Abyss-style content, and how we've just banned a couple thousand people. So it is something that we're continuing to expand, and I really enjoy seeing those updates and how we do almost one a month update on cheaters, anti-cheat stuff, and it's not just, hey, we banned X amount of people. It's we banned X amount of people, and we strengthened this, and we're looking at this. So I think we've been really developing really well there, and we're keeping an eye on you cheaters out there.
Yeah, and we are committed to continuing to do that moving forward.
Yeah, So I think this is rad. I think this is an important thing. And I'm kind of very excited. I think it's also going to be really rad that we have video footage forever archived of the person who did it first in the first 10. I think that's awesome. Look at this.
You have what it takes. I'm laughing because I don't know if I do.
I don't.
We're going to find out.
I don't. Will my new 7-star carry me all the way through? My single 7-star, will it get it done?
It will not.
Guys, I got my first R4. It took me a long time to make that choice, but I picked Spider-Ham, and I don't regret it. I don't regret a thing. Cool. Now, let me try it now. IOI asks when this content will be live, and get hyped for Necropolis as it's launching November 15th at 10 a.m. PT-ish. And we will be having a launch day stream November 15th at 9 a.m. Pacific time. We'll go for 60 minutes. We finish the stream. You go play the game. And we'll be giving away 100,000 units on that stream.
To one person?
Not to one person.
Okay. Oh my God.
We're going to give away 10 stashes of 10,000 units, everybody.
That was your idea.
It was your idea.
I don't remember having that idea.
So come and hang out for that stream. It's going to be very fun. We're going to talk to Kevin, who I think was one of our first ever guests. Was he our first guest ever?
I don't remember.
I think he might have been. And then we're going to talk to Stuart, who designed the final boss fight, which I think is going to be really, really fun. We're going to have some very, very, very cool conversations. Is there anything else we need to know about Necropolis before we move on to the next potentially traumatizing portion of this slideshow?
I don't have anything else to say about it. There's a lot more that people need to know about Necropolis, but we're not going to share any of that.
That's true. This is just meant to be your first look. Mostly we wanted to talk about the rewards because the rewards play very importantly into our next segment here for our next progression title. Following up on Paragon, more like Paragon, am I right?
Paragon.
Thanks, I'm glad that we got that one. I'm so nervous. Okay, here it is. Welcome to Valiant. That's the name.
That is the name?
It's a strong name.
I love the name.
Did you pick the name?
I did not pick the name. Our lore and narrative people did.
Yeah.
I contributed to it and to the discussion about it, but yeah, they picked it, they killed it.
Yeah.
Thankfully, there are lots of words that mean courageous and awesome.
Yeah.
So we haven't run out of titles yet, and we have a few, I think, teed up for the next few as well, should we need them.
Yeah, which is rad. Fenton, if you were to name the next progression tier, what would you name it? Fintech was the answer, which is actually pretty great. All right, let's take a look at Valiant. Valiant. How do I become a Valiant, and when can I do it?
So it is launching alongside Necropolis on the 15th, and the requirements are to complete 8.3 and have 2 rank 3 7-star champions, which the community had pretty much been honing in on this already, so I don't think there's too much of a surprise here.
Saw a lot of people suggest or try to predict that it would be Explore Act 8.3, and I saw people suggest 3 rank 3 7-star champions.
Yeah, I think 2 is the right number because that means on day 1, anybody who explores Necropolis will have everything they need to become Valiant, which is great. I also think it's really cool that Fintech, with his head start, will probably be our first Valiant.
I think that that's almost poetic.
Yeah, I
think that's beautiful.
I think that's wonderful.
So what acquisition methods do you see?
Yeah, so there are a couple things with the launch of Paragon that we wanted to do a little bit differently here. That I thought we could improve on. One was that we could be clearer about the road to the progression, how we expect players to get there. And
with Paragon, there was a little confusion,
there was some confusion,
a little uncertainty.
For sure. Yeah, and so we're going to do that now, and then after that, we're going to talk about how to articulate the value of why you should try to become Valiant. So, as we mentioned, as the community has already figured out, to become Valiant before December, you can explore Necropolis, or you can complete the Necropolis and secure 1 rank 3 on Cyber Week. I want to be clear to set expectations. I'm going to look directly in the camera while I say this.
Right down the barrel of the gun, baby.
There is only 1 rank 3 available in the Cyber Week offers. Technically, there's a little bit more tier 4 alpha than you need for 1 because of the web store bundles, But for all intents and purposes, there is one. So if you want to become Valiant before Christmas time, you have to complete the Necropolis, and then you need to either explore it or you can secure one in the Cyber Week offers.
I think it's important that we have that limitation as well. It's conversations I've had with Mike and other people internally that we don't want people to just spend and run away from the pack, right? Just escape and be Valiant, but then like a massive head start. It is always a very important balance in our game to be able to kind of allow people to stay competitive the entirety of it.
Yeah. I see questions in the chat. If you want to secure enough Tier 4 Alpha for a full rank 3 on Cyber Weekend, you will have to spend both cash and units for the
Copy that.
in the offers.
But if that's not your cup of tea, by spring 2024, because that is indeed next year, there's other ways.
Yeah, so if you want to try to become Valiant sort of in the next 6 months, there are a couple other viable paths here. One is to complete Necropolis and then explore Act 8. We don't know exactly the form of the rank 3 that will be in Act 8 exploration yet, but we are committing to there being one full rank 3 in Act 8 exploration. Or you can explore Act 8 and utilize offers to secure another one. I want to make it clear here, I'm not saying that these are literally the only paths to Valiant in the next 6 months, but I'm going to say 95% plus of summoners who achieve Valiant in the next 6 months will take one of these 4 paths.
Sorry, I'm laughing at J Diesel 1017 who says Andrew the Rough's biceps are already Valiant.
Yeah.
Sorry, John. You're trying to be really serious here. Go ahead.
That's okay. So yeah, I wanted to mention that, like, these are the main paths, and I know we don't really have time to get into this today, but I know that a lot of summoners have felt we're moving quite quickly with 7-star progression. And again, I do want to talk in detail about that more at some point, but I will say now our plan is to slow down a little bit. So you're not going to see Tier 4 Alpha sort of spread across the game as fast as Tier 6 Class Catalyst did. We are planning on slowing down a little bit. So in terms of rewards, for the most part, Necropolis and Act 8 Exploration are going to be the main source of Tier 4 Alpha. I'm not saying there won't be a little bit in, high ranked rewards for Alliance War and that kind of thing, but for most people, that's kind of like the first source of rank 3s, and that's going to remain the case for the next 6 months or so.
Cool. Let's move along. I know Mike wants us to get to a point, and I think we actually have it on the next slide.
We are now talking about the perks. So why should you push towards Valiant?
Why should you be Valiant?
Yeah, so there's new logging crystals. I'm not sure if the web store daily logging crystal is going to be upgraded on day 1, but we are working to do that as soon as possible. And if it's not day 1, it should be soon thereafter. There's a logging calendar. There is a special Valiant holiday gift. So if you want this gift at Christmas time, you need to either explore Necropolis or complete Necropolis and secure one in the Cyber Week offers. There is a Glory Store update coming early 2024. This will be an update for everyone, but the Valiant Glory Store will obviously be better than the others. There will be exclusive challenge content, exclusive challenge objectives and content at the start of next year as well.
Sorry, I'm reading chat. To follow up on Mike's comment here, let's clarify. There are some bonuses during Cyber Week for Valiant, but the majority is shared with Paragon as well. Again, trying to maintain that gap and not let people run away with it.
I was going to talk about that on the next slide.
Oh, is there?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. It was on the next slide. That's my bad.
Yeah, so in terms of on the offer side, there will be a daily deals upgrade quite soon. There'll be a preview bundle upgrade. I believe that's coming very soon. And then there will be a few Cyber Week offers. And what I mean by that is there will be 2 Limit 1 offers for Valiant players. There'll be 1 cash offer and 1 unit offer. The vast majority of offers that players see will be the same as Paragon, but we did want to create a couple very special offers for those first few Valiant players who really strive for it as quickly as possible. I should say that these are special. They are not an indication of what sale offers for Valiant is going to look like moving forward. They are quite good. They do not, however, have more rank 3 materials because, again, this whole thing that we want to slow down with rank 3, but they have some other really awesome stuff in it. So yeah, my goal is to try to become Valiant before the end of Cyber Week. We'll see if that's possible or not. And then the upgraded Sigil event, there will be a 7-star Sigil Witch acquisition. So we're basically creating a new Sigil Witch token. Paragon players will get some of them, but Valiant players will get more of them, progressing towards ownership of 7-star Sigil Witch.
Perks to Valiant, everybody. I'll see you there in 3 to 5 years. Easy peasy. All right, moving straight. Oh, right. I forgot that we had this slide.
Yeah, because we spoiled the stream. The community already beat us to a bunch of.
We tried to get ahead of it.
Yeah.
We knew it would be coming. We knew there would be all of this hubbub and kerfuffles.
Yeah. I made this 2 weeks ago, just so you know. I didn't steal this from Reddit. The thing that I like about this is that Thronebreaker sitting on a little throne there.
It's
so
perfect.
I think it's very appropriate.
It's beautiful. And also, this isn't accurate, you guys. Hey, I'm a Thronebreaker. I would never let them ignore Thronebreakers because I need attention. Was that it? We crushed it.
Is that it?
We crushed it.
Okay, that's it. I did have one more little tease I wanted to mention to players before we leave. You can kill the slideshow.
Go big on us, Rob.
Yeah, let's do it. Okay, so there are some more champions coming to 7 stars in the next 3 months. We are going to continue with the interesting acquisition methods. I'm not going to say more about it and how it's going to work, but I did want to mention to summoners that Shocker and Sandman are both going to be coming to 7 stars relatively soon. And the reason that I wanted to talk about this now was because I know that their rebalances are going live, and I didn't want us to be accused of like pulling a bait and switch and wait until everyone had ranked up their 6 stars and then releasing the 7 stars. So here's warning in advance: 7-star Shocker, 7-star Sandman coming to the game. Obviously, collecting a 7-star is one thing, awakening them and singing them up is another. So I anticipate probably a lot of people will still rank up their 6 stars because of how important Sig is. But yeah, just wanted to give everyone a heads up on that.
Good guy, John, just getting ahead of it, really doing the work for the people. It's that time, guys. It's giveaway time. Excuse me. If you're watching anywhere that's not twitch.tv/kabam, you're not here for the giveaway. You're doing it wrong. Please head over to twitch.tv/kabam and make sure that you have an account, that you're signed in to said account, and we'll let you know in just a moment here exactly how to enter. Again, we are giving away 1 7-star Kushala and 5 6-star Kushalas. Welcome back to the set. The Relic Ranger himself, Harold's here to give away a 7-star Kushala, which is fantastic. Are you excited to?
The whole time John was talking, this is all I could think about.
We were just like, oh, give it to me. Give it to me.
Actually, can I say one thing first before we move on?
Absolutely.
I want to give more credit to John. You guys talked about anti-cheat a little bit. You mentioned it, right? Huge wins there for us. John spearheaded the whole thing. Did a lot of work there. So I just want to give some props.
Live studio audience here, everybody. Great work, John and team. I appreciate you all. All right, everybody, settle down. I haven't told you how to enter yet. Again, if you're watching anywhere that's not twitch.tv/kabam, it's not going to work for you, okay? Head to twitch.tv/kabam. Make an account. It takes 2 seconds. You're going to want it if we ever get into a situation where we're making drops anyways. So head on over here. We also want to see the Twitch follower count go way up so we can keep making these streams better. We have this awesome studio because you guys keep coming to hang out at them, and we can make that case. Rob, go to the super wide.
Whoa, where's that?
Look at this awesome studio. Look at this switcher board. There's 9 monitors that Rob's looking at right now. Rob and Fenton back there. We got the whole gang. We're loving it. All right, let's do this. So for you to enter the giveaway, please type !me please. Now, again, everybody gets 1 entry. Everybody gets 1 entry. If you do not see Streamlabs tell you you have an entry, you likely do. We just overload the system sometimes, and they have a little bit of a tough time. Everybody gets 1. Again, only here on twitch.tv/kabam. We'll give you guys about 5 minutes to enter as much as you possibly can, and then we will be drawing our winners. And it's about that time in the show. Oh, hold on. Irrelevant viewer, I feel like I've seen you before. Have you won? Anyhow, you were the first one into our raffle. Our entries are already around 800. Keep it up. But now it is time for that shameless self-promotion. So, hey, everybody, my name's Jax. You can call me Jax. That would be great. I love hanging out with you guys all here. I love this group that we work with, but this is not the only time that I get to be in front of a camera with a lovely community. So if you wanted to hang out with me a little bit more, head over to twitch.tv/flanneljax. Most importantly, tomorrow I will be doing a charity stream. I'll be live for 10, maybe 12 hours. We're going to play the entirety of a narrative horror game that I love. But we are raising money through Extra Life for their game day, which is an organization that puts content creators and local children's hospitals together to raise money and funds for those hospitals. So any proceeds from that charity stream will be going straight to BC Children's Hospital. This is a cause that means a lot to me personally. We've done this stream 3 years in a row. We've seen the positive impact. We've talked to people in our community who have had experiences with children's hospitals themselves. It's very, very important. We are striking distance from $10,000 lifetime raise. So again, all of the money goes towards a fantastic cause. You can check out all that info again tomorrow starting at 10 a.m. Pacific time at twitch.tv/flanneljax. And that's enough for me. Harold, anything you want to promote?
No, what he said.
Oh, cool. Thanks.
Watch Jax.
Thank you. Our entries here are a little over 1,600. So keep them coming. Keep them coming. Exclamation point, me please, to get yourself. Again, also not the quotation marks. Those are just to clarify for you guys. Don't use the quotation marks. Type exclamation point, me please. It's always fun to me to see first-time chatters who are just here for the giveaways. Sneaky sneaks. But hey, we know what people want, and I hope that you guys elect to stick around. These streams are super fun. We want to keep doing more and more ridiculous things, and now that Realm Brawl is out of the way, I feel like we're going to be able to kind of hype up our streams a little bit. We've got some fun plans as we head into the end of the year. Again, Necropolis stream November 15th, 100,000 unit giveaway. Again, 10 times 10. John's getting nervous back there. 10 times 10.
10 times 10.
But I'm really excited for that. We've also talked about just some really silly ideas.
Like what?
Well, my number one, and it's a big lift. Like, it's a lot of work. But I would love to see an internal Kabam tournament, Battlegrounds tournament, but we hype it up like professional wrestling. Everyone has a character and a persona. Yep, absolutely. Okay. They come in costume. We get them intro music. There's trash talk ahead of time. There's rivalries. Oh my goodness.
And then just the worst gameplay you've ever seen.
And then just terrible gameplay. I did talk about it because realistically, if we were to do this, I would just be the host. I would MC it. But I did talk about playing and basically giving my account to FinTech, but not telling whoever I'm playing against, and just let FinTech destroy them as I just sit here like diabolical. But I wouldn't do that.
No, because that's piloting. You can't
do that. That's piloting.
Don't do that.
Don't
do that.
Don't let them know. Don't do that. Don't. Ready? Together. Watch. Don't do that. Don't. Okay. Oh wait, it was that camera.
Was it? Oh, come on, guys.
Do it again with me. Ready?
On three. Ready? 1, 2, 3.
Don't do that. That's good. What do we got on the timer here? Just under 5 minutes. We have 2,200 entries.
Holy.
I know.
Huh.
I know.
We had like 4,000 people on stream. What are you guys doing?
What are you guys doing? You're just hanging out. I really appreciate you all being here. Genuinely, from the bottom of my heart, this is one of my favorite things to do. But like, you're doing me such a solid by giving me like excitement for hanging out with you. Mm-hmm. Do yourself a solid. Exclamation point, me please in chat, and try and get yourself some free stuff.
That's right. And
this is fun. Like, we've given away hard merchandise, and we can only send that to some people, right? We can only ship that in North America. But this is stuff that's accessible for everyone who doesn't have a banned account.
Yeah. Who doesn't have a banned account?
Everyone who doesn't have a banned account.
Ask John.
Who has banned accounts?
Well, John would know who he hasn't banned.
It's true. John is intimately aware of every account and whether or not they have a ban history. All right, we're going to wrap it up, you guys. This is NCAA fans in here, first-time chatter. You guys are doing it. You're getting the message. Victor Esno's getting the message. Again, first-time chatters coming in here. Great to see you all. My name's Jax. This is my friend, the Relic Ranger Harold. And hopefully you guys elect to stick around or come back for another live stream. We're doing a really fun one on November 15th, so come and hang out for that, everybody. All right, we're just over 5 minutes here. I'm going to give you 30 more seconds. Mostly because I want to see this entry up over 2,500. And then we're going to close entries, and we're going to read off the winners, and we're all going to celebrate together, even if we didn't win, because that, sportsmanship. Right?
No.
What is it? How would you describe it?
I would not celebrate. I'd be mad.
You'd be mad at the people who did win.
A 7-star Kushala?
It's pretty unreal.
Pretty rad.
And also, look how cool Chee'ilth looks. Our team don't miss. Our team don't miss. My favorite thing about Chee'ilth, and I'll say this, we've talked about Chee'ilth a lot in the last couple months because it's a very, very important step. The tattoos designed by First Nations artists, and like there's a whole breakdown of like the meaning behind them and stuff. It's very powerful.
Do we have the video that Justin, is it posted on our YouTube?
I believe it's already out on our YouTube. No, it goes out in a couple weeks, right?
It'll go out in the next few days.
It'll go out in the next few days. You guys should watch that. Is it the extended cut?
Yeah.
So we've shown off like a 2-minute video about the creation of Kushala, or sorry, of Chee'ilth and the behind the scenes and why it's important, etc. But we have an extended cut that'll go live on our YouTube again. Check out all our social media stuff. You're gonna need like the Twitter. I'm not gonna stop calling that Twitter, Instagram, Facebook for those Amazon Prime gaming links to get that free stuff twice a month. You're going to need the YouTube for the deep dives this weekend and for any cool stuff about our champions mostly coming up. All right, let's close it out here. We are done. Closed. Total entries. 2,683. We are going to pick a winner. Again, Harold is here because he said, I want to give away something that's not a relic. So you, fine sir, are going to be calling out the winner, the champion of this 7-star Kushala. Are you ready?
My PayPal's open. Let's go.
Accepts bribes. Also, very important to note, and we've said this before, if you have an inappropriate screen name that I do not feel comfortable reading on the stream, you lose. And that's how that goes.
Before I read it, just in case.
Yeah, well,
Okay.
I think I trust your instincts, but if you're uncertain, just look at me like this.
Okay.
Okay? All right, here we go. Number 1, the winner of the grand prize, the 7-star Kushala, is...
Relic Man. No, it's not. It's, I can't. How do you...
Just do your best.
Aditya Aru?
Yeah.
Aditya Aru?
Yeah.
Yeah?
That seems like it to me. Congratulations.
Close enough.
If you're in chat, please let us know. We can see your
7-star
messages.
Kushala. Congratulations.
Does anyone else want to take a stab at how they would pronounce this?
Adityaru.
Oh, okay.
Ooh.
There we go.
Pretty good.
Maybe. Congratulations. Yes, I am.
There
Love
we
to
go.
see it. Congrats. We are proud. Again, we will be reaching out in the next, probably today, I'll reach out to the winners. You have 48 hours to respond before that chat disappears. Please respond in that time. But then, please give me about a week to next Friday, and we should have your characters, your champs to you in that account by that time. So that's the timeline. Again, I'll send the messages. You have 48 hours to respond, and then give me a week to get to your account. All right, 6 stars. Harold, you ready?
Yep, ready. All right. First one?
Yep, right here.
Black_Crow 9606.
Ooh,
Congratulations.
Baby. 6-star
6 star.
Kushala.
Let's
All right.
go.
Keep
Next
it going.
one. XO what? Sobitoxy. We'll get in contact with you. We'll DM you. Sobitoxy, right?
Spell it. Zobitoxy is
Sobitoxy.
Zobitoxy is pretty
Zobitoxy.
good. That's a good guess.
Right?
I'm loving this.
Close
that
enough.
I deal with this every time, and now I'm watching
This
you
is
deal with
hard.
it. It's good.
This
Go
is- I
ahead.
appreciate
This
you.
one's good.
So glad we stopped.
Yeah.
Thanks, John. Adam OS
Yeah.
CZE_.
Sure.
Yeah. Congratulations, big guy.
Well done. Proud of you.
Let's go.
2 more.
Oh, Badaz 29.
I would say Bades, but
Badaz?
congratulations all the same. And
Yeah.
our last winner of a 6-star Kushala coming to you next week is
Pepe Nerdo. I like
Pepe
that
Nerdo!
one. Pepe Nerdo. Is that Pepe?
There we
that our
go.
good buddy
Congratulations to all of our winners. And hey, everybody who didn't win, I hope you guys had a good time hanging out here, hanging with us. Better luck next time. We're going to be doing, like I said, there'll be 10 winners of 10.
100,000. Oh, sorry.
No, you go.
10 winners of 10,000 units.
Yep.
Totaling 100,000
100,000
units.
unit
It's a lot of
giveaway.
units.
That's a lot of units. So that's going to be November 15th, which isn't a Friday. So we are changing up the cadence a little bit. Stay tuned for some more details about that. I do want to mention one more thing about the charity stream. If at any point in time you're like, Jax's hair is out of control. I haven't gotten a cut in a while because if we raise a certain amount of money for the Children's Hospital, gone.
Can I do it?
If you want to come to my apartment tomorrow, you can absolutely
kinda
do
weird.
it. So if you guys see me on the 15th and I have a buzz cut, it means we raised a fantastic amount of money for a wonderful organization. Everybody, thank you so much for hanging out and watching. A massive shout out to John, to Harold, to Mike, Finton and Rob working behind the scenes there. We appreciate everybody who's made this possible. Thank you to the mods for keeping the chat fun and flowing. We appreciate you. Again, let's say it now. If you are not watching this stream live, you can't enter the giveaway. I see it occasionally where like an hour from now I'll hop in to look at the video and people are still trying to enter. You missed it and I'm sorry, but I love you anyways, okay? We'll be back on November 15th. That will be at 9 a.m., our Necropolis Deep Dive celebration. It's going to be a lot of fun. Anything you want to say before we go?
Nope, super exciting. Can't wait for the next one.
Thank you so much, Relic Ranger. We appreciate you. Everybody, have a great weekend. Stay safe out there. And until I see you again, please have fun and play nice.
Thanks, Jazz.
Yeah.